What's going on, Hardcup Bully fam? Hope we got good lighting. We live at the Bully House. Bully House number 1. Bully House number 2 is on the way, y'all. I ain't gonna get into it now, but we live at the Bully House. It's a big day. Wanted to show y'all the pups. They got their eyes open today. But today I wanted to talk about C-section or natural birth. Which is better for your dog? I know I talk about the C-section a lot. I tell you about it, why you need it. I want to break it down a little bit better for you today so we can see which is better for your dog, C-section or natural birth. I'm in here with Black Pearl. She had 3 litters. This litter she did natural. She only had 2 pups and she did this litter natural. But you can hear my girl Black Widow in the background. Today we're going in to get her pups, get her C-section done. So I've been going over and over and over which way is the best, which way is not the best. And it basically boils down to if you're a breeder, it's definitely better that you do a C-section because the survival rate for puppies and the mother increases with a C-section, a scenario surgery, a C-section. The chances for survival of the pups go longer when you have a long labor. I couldn't think of the word. When they have long labor periods, because it could be about an hour, easily an hour or an hour and a half between each pup. So if she's got 6 to 7 pups, you could get to 12 hours real quick. She's been in labor having pups. If you're a breeder, you can't afford to lose any of those pups. And you can't afford to lose the mom at all. So for breeders, it's definitely better if you can find a good situation, a good scenario, a good veterinarian place that you trust. It's definitely better for breeders to have a C-section just because the survival rate is better with the C-section than it is with natural birth because of long births. Another reason that the American Bully in particular needs a C-section over natural birth is the size of the head of the pups. See how big that pup's head? I mean, look at my head. This is a puppy. He's not even 2 weeks old. So whenever the dog's head, whenever it's a dog that has big head and small pelvis, big head and small pelvic, they need a C-section, and that's for bulldogs, French bulldogs, and American Bullies. They need a C-section. It's hard for an English bulldog to birth it naturally too because of the big head of the English bulldog. So whenever dogs have a big head and small pelvic bone, I always, I'm country. Whenever they have that, it's better for them to do a C-section. It's better for you to do a C-section. It's a reason that you need to do a C-section. They can't birth it. Now, even if they were able to get a couple out, they may get a couple stuck, one stuck. Wherever that one is stuck is, everything behind that is in jeopardy of dying. The embryo sacs could burst already, thinking that they're about to be born, and now this other one is stuck, and they can't. These are going to run out of oxygen. So a lot of times not a lot of times, but you'll see green fluid, and that shows you that there's oxygen in that. That means the pups are trying to breathe. You're losing pups. So even though a C-section is high, with this breed, you might end up doing an emergency C-section, and that is 4 times higher. All right, so the C-section normally $1,000. You go in there with an emergency C-section, it might be $4,500. So it's very important to time the C-section, and it's very important as a breeder to do the C-section so that you get as much out of it, so that you have a biggest chance as you can at survival rate. Because if that pup gets stuck in the canal, your mother's in jeopardy too. That could become septic. She could have 4 of the puppies, and there's still 2 in there, but you didn't know. And she stops giving contractions. Now those puppies have a tendency to go septic. She may be able to just pass them, have no problem, but she could die from those pups. And if you're a breeder, you lost 2 pups and the mother. And you're gonna have to do all of this whelping yourself. I've done that too. I've had to whelp the whole litter because the mother died from something. I've had to do that. It's not easy. So as a breeder, you pretty much always have to go and get a C-section. Let me go get the other. I want to show you the other pup too. Let him get back to mom. This is the little girl. Hard cut drama queen. Beautiful. And you can see why they could be hard to birth. The boy, when she did a natural birth, the boy, she had no problem with him, but the female got stuck. And I had to go in there and get her. So she did not do it completely by herself. So if you're not ready to know what to do, you definitely got to go to the vet, even if she's doing natural, because you're not going to be able to handle it. So without a lot of experience, I just would not say anybody should do natural birth with an American Bully, because the tendency for something to go wrong is just there because of the breed. It's the same as with the bulldog or French bulldog. Because of the makeup of the dog, because of how it's made, there is a tendency that you're going to need a C-section. So, we time the C-section. How do you time the C-section? We are on day 64. You have to time the C-section within 48 hours. You see she's getting anxious, getting time to go. You have to time the C-section within 48 hours. You start to see signs. First of all, you got to keep your calendar so you'll know where you're at. But you start to see signs. You start to see the mother start the nesting. She may stop eating. She may not stop eating, but she may stop eating. She starts to licking her paws a lot, doing things from anxiety. She's trying to get ready for the pups, and she's worried about it. So she might start licking her paws and doing stuff like that, cleaning more than she normally does. You can see those type of signs. And when they go to the restroom, there's other signs you can see too. Long, clear line of fluid that just seems to just hang there, that's a sign. So you try to get within 48 hours. We're going to go to the veterinarian. They're going to do a reverse progesterone test. And if she's under a 2, then we know that she's under 48 hours. And in that situation, they can go ahead and do the C-section. If she's not under a 2, they cannot do the C-section. They have to wait. They don't know if the pups are developed all the way. The pups need as much time to develop as possible. So you have to go get the reverse progesterone test done and see where she's at. Once she's under 2, that means she is within 48 hours to giving birth naturally, and they can do the C-section. We're losing light, so I'm going to try to bring her over and get you some light back. But we up early in the morning. We're at the Bully House. Bully House number 2 is in the works. I've got a lot of progress done. Stay tuned. Hit the notification bell so that you can get an update on that, because you want to see the Bully House number 2. It's going to be good. It's got a lot of little amenities for the pups, for the dogs. So Bully House number 2 I'm making. So put a notification bell in so that you can get notified when that comes up. If you're not a member of the family, go ahead and subscribe to the family, man. Become part of this brotherhood, sisterhood. This is the Hard Cut Bully, brotherhood, sisterhood, and we welcome all comers. No bad vibes, man. We cool over here. So hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, please share and like. All right. So I hope we went over that a little bit. Because of long labors, the likelihood of a pup dying increases if you don't have a C-section. Because of the size of the dog's head, you need a C-section. Now, I didn't say this, but if there's any risk, if the pregnancy has any risk in it, if the mother has any pregnancy risk, if there's a pregnancy risk about the pups when they were doing the ultrasound or the x-ray, they seen something that wasn't right. That's another reason that you have to do a C-section. You can go and get an ultrasound done at 30 days. And a lot of times you do that ultrasound just to make sure that the breeding even took. But you do the ultrasound at about 30 days. And you can see that they're there. And you won't have an accurate count, but you know that they're there. You can get heartbeats, stuff like that. At 50 days, you can go in and get an x-ray done. And an x-ray can actually count the heads and the spines, and you'll know how many pups you're supposed to have. So even if she went in the middle of the night when you wasn't expecting it, you had a C-section scheduled for the next morning, but she went in the middle of the night. Because you got the x-ray, you'll know she was supposed to have 6 pups, and there's 6 pups here. If you didn't do that, then she could have had 4 pups, and you don't know there's 2 more in there. You still end up having to go to the vet to get an x-ray. So it's just with this particular breed, you're gonna have that risk of complication. It's just better to do a C-section. I just can't get myself, I've seen it done. I know you've seen videos of people doing American Bullies and they do it all natural. And they do it live on the air. I'm not going to ever do that. You'll never see that here at Hardcut Bullies. We're going to do C-section, and we're going to do it for the reasons that I just told you. If you don't like this video, go Google what's better for a dog, C-section or natural birth. Just Google that and see what you come up with. And see, don't a lot of it be exactly what I said, because I've done litter after litter after litter, and I know with this breed, there's no need of playing around with it. Just go ahead, schedule the C-section so that you don't have to do an emergency C-section, so that you don't lose any pups on the way to get a C-section. Go ahead and schedule it and be ready for it. When I say be ready for it, be ready with the money for it. I have 2 dogs back to back having the puppies. I had to have money for 2 C-sections back to back. So I'm already prepared for it. That's why we're able to get up and get ready to go and get that done today. So we will be back today with some new pups, Lord willing. We do have some pups here. They getting better and better. Come on in off the bench for the big win, man. Get you something hard cut. It's on.